Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Arif Ashraf bin Abdullah Adnan from Group 1 alongside my group members. We'll be presenting to you today about our research paper on the topic of recreational facilities in Iium. So without further ado, let's move on to the next slide. So moving on to the next slide of this presentation, which is table of content of the presentation. So there are 5 sections in this presentation where we'll be presenting to you, which is the first one that will be presented by me is background and literature review of this research paper. The second section will be objective and significance. The third section will be issue and challenges. The fourth section will be analysis of survey that we have done. And the fifth section will be recommendation and also conclusion of this research paper. So for the next part of this slide, which is the background of the research paper, I have divided into 2 sections, which is the first one will be recreational facilities and also student, and the other one will be SDG and also Maqasid Syariah. So for the first one, I will be mentioning about the recreational facilities and also student. So this research aims to show the importance of recreational facilities in students' life, in their daily life, and how does it affect the student by doing a survey onto the student, onto the IIUM student itself. So for the second part, which is SDG and also Maqasid Syariah. So this research will also aim to explain the relationship between IIUM SDG and also the Maqasid Syariah that relates to the recreational facilities that is being used by IIUM students. That is such as SDG number 3, which is health, SDG number 4, which is quality education, and other SDG, and how will we relate to it. So moving on to the next part of this slide, which is literature review. Literature review can be seen or can be defined as or can be understood as the previous research that has been done by other researchers that we can take to relate to our topic. And in this case, it is recreational facilities that is being used among the students. So I found 2 research papers online, which is done by Edek and Ekpo in 2014 and also Razak and Jabbar in 2012, whereby in Edek and Ekpo 2014, their research explains on how recreational facilities help to boost students' attitude in learning as they release their stress away in the evening by playing and doing activities outside. So in Razak and Jabbar in 2012, sport has shown to provide good physical and mental benefit among the students as students are enjoying their time, are spending their time doing activities outside rather than playing their phone inside in their rooms. So what is the purpose of our research today? The purpose of our research today is to explain on how recreational facilities helps to, what is the function of recreational facilities towards students, and how does recreational facilities being used can be related to SDG and also Maqasid Syariah. Other than that, what is the impact of a well-managed recreational facilities towards students, which is whereby when the recreational facilities is unlimited to everyone and that everyone can use, and how does it affect the student? So without further ado, let my group mates to explain the rest of this presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Faris Hazim Huzaimi. So let's continue about the objective of the research paper. The first one is provide a sufficient amount of active and passive recreational land to meet current and future needs of the university. IIUM management need to provide a sufficient amount of active and passive recreational land to meet current and future needs of the university, such as acquiring additional lands for active and passive recreational use based on current deficiencies, demand created by increasing student or the environmental and recreational significance of the land. Next, IIUM management also need to provide adequate access to the sports center or other recreational facilities within safe walking distance. For example, providing barrier-free access to the sports center and other recreational facilities such as futsal court, or by providing a modern gymnasium at the mahalla to ensure that students would want to be involved in doing sport activities in their leisure time. However, providing a well-maintained and safe sport complex and other recreational facilities is also needed by IIUM because it can prevent and minimize injuries to students who are the users of the recreational facilities. Hence, the research paper done today is to examine the malfunction facilities in IIUM so that it can be repaired and replaced. Last but not least, the IIUM management has to provide diversity of recreational facilities to meet the varied needs and interests of the student, because the variety of recreational facilities will increase within the students and provide opportunities for all people of all races and ages, so that no student will feel left out or shy in doing sports. In IIUM should also propose effectively a way to boost students' sport life by doing activities such as fun run on the weekend. Let's continue with the significance of the research paper. The first one is significance of the project is to ensure that all the students, especially in Iium, can be more productive and attract to spend their leisure time well and healthier since the facilities will be upgraded. It is very necessary for the university to upgrade and add some more infrastructure, especially the recreational facilities such as futsal court, badminton court, and other common sports. It gives a lot of benefits to the student, also the university, because it may affect student and university performance. It also can improve their quality of study to get a better performance and focus during lecture. It is proven by having a fit body, it can be more energetic and can be prevent you from feeling sleepy in the class. The Arabic proverb says, Al-Aqlu Salim fi Jismi Salim. That means a healthy mind in a healthy body. So by doing some exercise at the facilities provided by the university can improve our quality of education and improve our health. The next one, the last one is it also can reduce stress that they have in the class or doing the assignment. As a student, we cannot just only focus on study, but we also need to take care of our mental health to get a quality of study. Without realizing it, it also can improve students' mental and physical health. In addition, having nice recreational facilities also can make the student more attractive to explore and try the sport. It can ensure their safety and minimize injuries while using the facilities. So student will go and try without doubt.
Now we'll move to issue and challenges. Issue and challenges are something that we need to face to achieve something in our life. So the issue need to be handled by someone that have power, people of authority that can change something and make it better for everyone else. We need to understand that every challenges and issue have its solution. The solution that can help us to overcome this kind of issue, that we need to have some efforts and we need to have some capabilities to overcome this kind of challenges. So in this theme of recreational facilities in IUM that we discussed today, there are some issue and challenges that we need to face, and we will present two of them, which are the insufficient funding and also the littering problem. First of all, we will talk about the insufficient fund provided to have a better facilities. As we all know, if we want something, if we want the better facilities, we need a fund, we need the money to get such things. So, to be in accordance to SDG 18, Space for All, and also SDG 3, Good Health for Students and Staff. So, we need to have a better facilities and we need the fund raising for the facilities. And we also, as we all know, that is one of the issues that we don't have a sufficient fund. But before I move on, I will need to clarify that this doesn't mean that the university is stingy or careless about the student welfare, but instead it meant that it meant that the university has another priority to focus on. So, for example, according to the IUM Endowment Fund Performance 2020, one of the special fundraising, which was the IUM COVID-19 Relief Fund (ICRF). This fund is to help the students and the staff in every aspect that have been affected by the COVID-19. As we all know that in 2020, there are the spread of a new virus that has affected us in many ways. So this is one of the fund that has been raised by the IUM to help the students and the staff to overcome this kind of situation. Now, like I said before, this is not meant that the university does not have the priority towards the facilities. Instead, it shows that university had another priority to focus on for the betterment of the university. So, to be fair, the facilities is not such a big problem to be focused on. So the university focus on something else. So it is still not the big problem to be the fund is not a big problem, but it is still a problem and challenges to have a better facilities in accordance to the SDG 18 and SDG 3. Lastly, we will talk about the littering problem. Okay, let us be honest with ourselves that if we will talk about the littering issues, cleanliness issues, most of people are negligent about it. This issue is regarding to our ethical value, which us can have a control about it. So, no matter if we will talk about the amount of rubbish bin, in my opinion, it is not something that is very important. First of all, because the number of rubbish bin in IOM facilities are very abundant, and second of all, no matter how much rubbish bin are there, if the student is immoral, if the people that use the facilities are immoral, hence there will always be an issue regarding the littering problem. Now, we as a Muslim, we need to follow the teaching of the Quran. And as you all know, the Quran is Al-Quran, and the Rasulullah SAW is very strict about the cleanliness. As we in the Quran, it was stated that wa innaka la'ala khuluqin alim in Surah Al-Qalam ayat number 4, regarding that we need to follow the that shows that Rasulullah is the role model for us. And as we all know, Rasulullah is very strict in regarding of cleanliness. Since we as a Muslim, we not just only need to we not just only need to focus on our cleanness, we also need to focus on the place surrounding us. For example, if we go walk around and we found a rubbish, we as a responsible man take it and put it in the place that it belongs to, the rubbish bin. Now this is also in accordance to the hadith, which stated that removing harmful things from the road is an act of charity. It's a sadaqah, authentic by Al-Albani.
So we're moving on to the analysis. The first one is the using frequency of the sport facilities. Majority of the respondents use the sport facilities once or twice in a week. The other is using it 3 to 4 times and 5 to 6 times in a week equally, which is 6 people for each. At the same time, all of them believe that sports and facilities are beneficial to the students. As they said, it can help them to train with a specific focus on some part of their body. It can also assist students in releasing stress and maintaining their health. Moving on to the second one, which is the safety rating of the sport facilities. The sport facility safety rating is reasonable, with a scale of 10 for excellent, good, and average. This indicates that the sports facilities at IIM are not in the finest of shape. The administration should pay greater attention to the facilities because students have made ideas to improve IIM sport facilities. Some of the suggestions include ensuring that maintenance is performed once every 2 weeks and possibly renovating some of the outdated facilities. So the last one is the cleanliness rating of the sports facilities. 36% of the students agree that littering issues occur in IIM facilities, whereas the remaining disagree. As a result, we can see that the majority of IIM's facilities do not have serious littering issues. This conclusion is reinforced by the majority of the students ranking the cleanliness of the facility by good, followed by excellent and average. None of them give IIM's facilities a poor or very poor rating in terms of cleanliness. We can state that the facilities at IIM are clean, but they may try to improve the hygiene of facilities by adding additional dustbin.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you Brother Ilham for the explanation above. So, we'll continue to the next part, which is the recommendation of the issue and challenges that we have above. So, first of all, there are two recommendations that we recommend to solve the issue, which is raising fund and help cleanliness campaign. So for the first one is raising fund. It's one of the easiest way to overcome the first issue, which is insufficient funds. Nowadays, social networking is an excellent approach to raise donations. A high school student recently posted a video on Facebook about her aspiration to go on a mission trip of Afghanistan. With hours, a few of her pals had shared the video. This type of fundraising is clever since it's personal, as they are already online friends with the person in it. The message is also sent to friends of friends, quickly forming a network of thousands of people. The strategy is simple, personal, and immediately reach a large number of individuals. So, to some, there are several ways to fundraise online, and they all have the potential to be successful, depending on how well one presents their cause. The strategies are far faster and easier. These strategies are far faster and easier than traditional means of donations, and they can reach a much larger numbers of individuals. So next, the second point is the cleanliness campaign. So the problem found in educational facilities is the littering problem. So cleanliness campaign can be undertaken to help clean the Iium Sports Centre. Through this campaign, we can create awareness among students, particularly about the need of cleanliness, as well as educate them about the consequences of littering. Another solution would be to add extra trash cans around the Iium Sports Centre area. As a result, it may make it easier for students to dispose of trash. In Islam, also mentioned that cleanliness became one of the most important thing for an individual or even a group to success. Cleanliness is regarded so important in Islam that it is considered a pillar of the faith. One of Islam's major exceptions is cleanliness and cleansing. Islam places a high value on cleanliness both physically and spiritually. Prior to Islam, there was no other religion that paid attention to hygiene. While most people consider cleanliness or purity to be desirable, Islam requires it, making hygiene a vital element of faith. Cleanliness is an important aspect of Islamic living. We might claim that the purpose and spirit behind the notion of cleanliness are greater than the superficial concept of traditional cleanliness. In Holy Quran, Allah Almighty says, Allah does not intend to inconvenience you, but He intends to purify you and perfect His favor to you, so that you may give thanks. So, for the conclusion, to summarize all of the points given above, it is clear that there's a lot more improvement that can be made for recreational facilities in Iium. It also has been proven that the insufficient funds that need to be used to provide better facilities and tools for students in accordance with SDG 18, which is Space for All, and SDG 3, the good health and well-being for the students and the staff that will be using the recreational facilities in the university. Ensuring healthy lifestyle and encouraging well-being at all ages is critical to long-term development. The world is currently experiencing a global health catastrophe. Unlike any other COVID-19, is causing human agony, undermining the global economy, and upending the lives of billions of people worldwide. This kind of awareness can be instilled into ourselves to make the recreational facilities in Iium better. I think that's all from us. Thank you.